When you were a kid, what was the one superpower you wanted the most? Back when the lines between imagination and reality blurred together, you could be or do anything you wanted. You probably wished for superpowers like invisibility, time travel, or flying, right? Sure would have been cool to wield those kinds of powers, and while none of us can pull stunts like Superman and Wonder Woman, you actually are wielding personal powers every day to grow your success. And today we're diving deep into how you can find and grow your superpowers to level up your life like never before. Welcome to Alux. As it often goes in our society, we tend to strive for greatness by imitating what's been successful for others, when in reality, we should be doing what's successful for us. It's an easy mistake to make, right? You're striving for the same goal as somebody else. It makes sense to plug their formula into your life and expect the same or similar outcome. But you know what usually happens instead? A different, less successful, more mediocre result. Why? Because you did what works for them, not what works for you. You tried to wield their superpower while completely neglecting your own. But how do you even know what your superpowers are, and how can they be identified? Well, first up, we gotta get one thing sorted. What is a superpower? To put it simply, your superpowers are abilities you possess that allows you to outperform others. They're your sharpest skills. It's where you really shine. And we all possess these powers. Even if you're sitting there thinking there's nothing inherently special about you, I'm telling you right now, you're completely wrong. Stop doing yourself dirty like that. If you think you're lacking in this department, it's simply because you haven't spent enough time assessing yourself, or you're just not sure how to do it. So, how do you uncover your superpower? It might seem pretty daunting, but truthfully, it's not as hard as you might think, and these superpowers might even be something you completely discount on the daily. That's because it's actually quite common to have blind spots when it comes to our own strengths, especially when it's something that comes easy to you or feels natural. But the way you uncover your own set of super skills is to spend some time asking yourself and others some questions about you. They might seem kinda simple, and I guess they are, but they will really make you think, and we recommend writing them down to spend some time answering them later on. It's an exercise that will really pay off. Okay, you ready, Aluxer? Who do you admire? You look up to these people for a reason, right? So what is it about them that wins your admiration? And we don't mean their achievements, we mean their qualities. Because to let you in on some psychology here, we admire people with qualities we either have or want to have. So the traits these people have that you admire are pretty big clues to your own superpowers and worth exploring more deeply. What about you amazes others? Is there a compliment you hear often from the people around you? Because if you get a lot of the same kinds of praise, pay attention to that shit. They're not just blowing smoke up your behind, they're trying to tell you something about yourself. Our friends and colleagues sometimes have a better idea of where and how we shine, especially if they repeatedly ask for your help with the same kinds of projects and problems. Viewing ourselves from the perspective of others is a good way to shed light on those blind spots. By thinking back to the compliments you receive from those around you, either casually in conversation or in a formal performance review, can bring your superpowers to the forefront of your mind, allowing them to be developed. What feels effortless to you? When you hit a solid work or creative flow, what is it that you're doing? When time seems to just melt away and you're in a groove, the work is smooth, it feels good, you feel good doing it, that's when you know you're onto something. When you feel like you're at one with a project or a task, it's a very good indication you're exercising a high level of skill in this area. You excel here, and when you excel, there's a superpower at work. What makes you feel fearless? When you consider your work and life experiences, at what moments did you feel fearless? Where you felt comfortable enough to just go for it, take risks, and test the boundaries of your abilities? In these moments, where self-limiting beliefs fall away and you can trust yourself, you can bet there's a superpower there backing you up. You wouldn't feel this confident if there wasn't. Work your way backward as a way to reverse engineer and identify that strength. What makes you different? Being different is a beautiful and beneficial thing. Do you have some weird combination of skills or superpowers that make you ultra unique? For example, if you're great at managing a team but also have a solid understanding of basic psychology, that skill combo makes you a more effective leader, better able to get the best results from each employee using different tactics suited to their individual personalities. And that's not a skill many managers possess, which means there's an interpersonal superpower here. Figure out what unique combinations of strengths you possess, and you'll get to the bottom of what makes you different or more powerful. What did you love to do as a child? 42% of children are shamed into not pursuing some kind of creative endeavor during their school years. That's a lot of kids being told their potential superpowers aren't worthy of developing. So think back to your younger years and ask yourself, what did I love to do? What could I spend hours doing and think it was only minutes? Could you spend all day writing and illustrating your own short stories or building creative little inventions? Children's lives are lived almost fully in a flow state. They're so present, it's enviable. The things we loved as kids, we often loved because we were good at them, and that's a solid place to start uncovering some of your oldest superpowers. And finally, what do you see more clearly than the rest? What stumps others, but for you is like being clairvoyant or something? Are you able to mentally rehearse situations and correctly judge how they'll play out? Is there an area where your friends always ask for your advice? You're likely an expert in these areas, but don't even register it because it feels natural. Again, remember those blind spots. These repeated invitations for your unofficial expertise is a big indication you've got some superpowers in this area, and you should honor them with exploration. It's extremely important for you to pay attention to the overlap. What answers repeat the most when you're going through the list? Are they following a main theme? Do your powers intersect? These repeated answers and intersections are where you need to begin focusing if you want to carve out and develop these skills into superpowers. Alright, what are some of your superpowers that you've identified within yourself? Do you have any unique and valuable power combos that you're proud of? Join the conversation and share yours in the comments below. We'll be right there with you. And as a reward for sticking with us until the very end, as a true Aluxer, you know there's a bonus waiting. One more question to ask yourself to help identify your superpowers. What would you be doing if money didn't matter? Most people cling to the mediocre and don't take the risk to bet on their superpowers because there's no guarantee they'll still have enough money to make ends meet. And this is intensified when you have people depending on you. But if money wasn't a factor in your life's decisions, what would you be doing with your time? In what ways would you be productive? Into what would you direct your energy? Thinking about this question can be the key to some hidden superpowers you didn't realize were within you. Thanks for spending some time with us today, Aluxer. We always love it when you do. If you found value in today's video, please give us a like, hit that bell icon to never miss an upload, and don't forget to subscribe.